Hey guys, Morten Aastad here. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another unboxing. Today I thought I was gonna. Today I am going to talk about a band that I have listened to. Ooh, for how long? Yeah, probably around 89, I think I discovered them. My last year in high school, I do not remember how I came across this band, but I think they were being played quite a bit in both Norwegian and Swedish music programs and radio. I don't remember ever coming across them here in Denmark. But around that time, my last year in high school, I had sort of gone back to loving 1960s music, and I was very heavily into my finally discovering the Doors and some other stuff. But also through some high school friends of mine, I was, let's say, I had moved totally away from stuff like Depeche Mode or even heavy metal, which I was very into when I was 14, 15, 16, and both lots of, I kept switching genres, and but I think some of my contemporary classmates were listening to, and also the guys who were into a band, a lot of punk. Some of it I didn't like at all, but I was very inspired to listen to The Clash, and I started buying records by The Clash. So this band is French. It's considered French, but it's sort of a French Iberian band with lots of pickings from lots of different Mediterranean cultures, and not least Latin American cultures, as well as American US cultures. And this band, and by the way, the reason I didn't start this introduction in French like I did with Etienne Daho is that first of all, I've already done that, and also because they sing in so many various languages. So the band I'm talking about is Mano Negra. Mano Negra started in sort of in and around Paris in 1987. They only lasted until 1994, but in that time they released 4 studio albums. Did they release an EP? They did release one live album during their existence, and there have been some compilations since. The band was started by various people, but mainly by Manu Chao and also his brother Antoine Chao. Manu and his brother, their mother was Felisa Ortega, and she was from Bilbao in the Basque country. And their father, a journalist called Ramon Chao, was from Villalby in Galicia, sort of the neighboring northern regions of Spain. And they moved with their family to Paris when they were very young, and grew up either in the outskirts of Paris and some other areas around France as well. His musical, and I would assume his brother, but I don't know much about his brother. So when I talk about the influences, a lot of this is going to be about Manu Chao and maybe not the band Mano Negra, because I am limited to what I can find in the English Wikipedia, but very influenced by. If you like The Clash, I'm sure you'll get something out of Mano Negra. And if you love and don't despise the Clash's album Sandinista, I would say that that is a very good entry point into Mano Negra. He was inspired by the Clash, the Jam, Dr. Feelgood, early other forms of music. I was going to say something else about that. Anyway, he started a band around 83, 84 with his brother and some other guys called Hot Pants, which was a rockabilly band. I think they released 2 records, and then this gradually, some of those songs were brought forward, and this gradually morphed into Mano Negra. They got signed to a little label, but I think before they released anything with them, they were signed to Virgin France. And so the music that they recorded was very much very eclectic, all over the place. To this day, Mano Chao, he sings in French, Spanish, Italian, Catalan, Galician, English, even Greek, and a couple of other languages. And this also, translated into Mano Negra's music. Mano Chao has had a solo career since. I have a couple of his first solo albums, but I must admit not having kept up with him. I have all their studio albums on CD, but I have always wanted these records on vinyl as well. And I just Googled, I didn't Google, I went on to Amazon Germany and checked if they were available now, and yes, indeed they were. Except the last one, that was not available in any form or at the prices these were, because these were very nicely priced, around 20 euros ish each. I think I paid between 17 to 22 euros for these 3 studio albums that I got here. Their success was very much, let's say, a francophone, the Spanish-Portuguese world. They did well in France, in Belgium, I think, but I think also they did quite well in Scandinavia, because I knew they toured in Scandinavia. And they did play their music on MTV, I remember, but I don't know if the Anglo-Saxon, the American world, and Australia, I don't know if they really latched on to them, but they had big success in Mexico, in Brazil, Argentina, and I think even maybe to some extent in Cuba and Puerto Rico and some of those territories. And this is where he has kept, because he when the band sort of broke up and even his brother left, he tried to grab some of the members that were still around and get some new ones, and then relocate to Madrid in 1995. But they were immediately hit by legal problems over this, so he gave that up and started his solo career, which included playing in with a band which is called did I write that down somewhere here? Radio Bamba Sound System. Yeah, so still touring now. Big gap between solo albums, but from I think 2008 until, or something like that. But I think he released a new solo album this year. So the 4 studio albums are Pachanka from 1988, Putas Fever from 1989, King of Bongo 1991, and Casa Babylon from 1994, which they released and started touring, and then they disbanded, basically. They also released the live album In the Hell of Pachanko, I think in 1992. And if you just want to grab a best of, there are 3 of them, I think. But the best of from 1998 is the one that I would recommend. The music is provocative. It's very punkish, but it's also very everything else you can think of. You know, punk, rock, chanson, hip hop, salsa, ska, reggae, rockabilly, overdubs, pieces of other recordings put into the music and so on. So I think in that regard you would also probably feel at home with Clash. Do you guys want to see the records? Well, I do. So let's check it out in what I hope is the right order. So these should be the 3 first studio albums out of the 4. And here is, I assume, the debut. Yes. So this is the debut album. 30th anniversary, Mano Negra. Very first vinyl reissue. The original vinyl master, 1988. Pachanka. Includes Malavida, La Ventura, and Salsa La Luna. And also, all these, I think, includes a CD as well. So, yeah, Pachanka, there we go. And man, I listened to this album a lot. I remember in 96, when I went to film college in here in Denmark, I brought my CDs, Mano Negra CDs along, and I tried to get them played at parties a lot. Someone would always come in, when I was looking, come in, turn it off and turn on something else. So there's the CD. You don't see that a lot, do you? CDs included in vinyl records. And when you see the inner sleeve, you kind of get an idea what we're dealing with here. Kind of looks like a Clash inner sleeve or something like that, or even Beastie Boys maybe. Yeah. So yeah, this is fun and yeah, just fun and thought-provoking music. I mean, these guys are very, very much of a punk mindset. You know, very political, very anti-fascist. I read something about seeing that humanity needs sort of areas of conflict-free calm to develop culturally and so on. I may have misunderstood, but something like that. And so I think their their second album was my first album by them, and this is it. It's a cutout sleeve. So this is also 30th anniversary. Mano Negra, first vinyl reissue, original vinyl master 1989 of Puta's Fever, second album. It includes King Kong 5, Passager de Toi, and one more. And also includes CD. Front cover, and here's the back with the track listing. Oh, it's so cool to have these on vinyl finally. I just need that last one as well. I'm sure it was released alongside the others. I don't know why that one seemed to be so difficult to get, but it always seems to be like that when with bands you happy to, and they re-release 5 or 6 of their albums, and it just seems that very often one of them is printed in fewer numbers than the others and ends up being a collector's item almost immediately, and Discogs and all that stuff. For example, Crowded House, their 4th album, Together Alone. Yeah, that's been a hassle for me to get. So there you have there, and more art there. And none of these should be colored. Yeah, this is just your regular, let's call it normal vinyl, in my opinion. And finally, the 3rd album. Also 30th anniversary, very first vinyl reissue, the original Vinyl Master, 1991, King of Bongo, and it includes King of Bongo, Madame Oscar, and Out of Time Man, includes CD. Hey, and it is a gatefold. That's nice. Keep the hype sticker. I was gonna remove this, but it was a gatefold, because I gotta bring these records up with me to Norway now in a couple of days. So how do I hold this up like that? So here is the cover. Oh, that was a CD again. So, let's try again. Mano Negra, King of Bongo. Here we go. Like so, and like that. And there are the lyrics, track listing, sorry. And the gatefold. I want to see this star hand with the red star here. I think I drew that on a jacket at some stage. And on one side, and I wrote Mano Negra, and then I had like an equal, was it a hand also on a star and Clash on the other? And inner sleeve, like so. And so, B and A side. That's cool. And there is the vinyl of this, the 3rd album of Mano Negra. It's a scorcher of an album, by the way. I think all their albums were amazing. Personally, I guess my first one will always, Putas Fever will probably always be my favorite. But yeah, they're really cool albums. Hope to get their 4th one soon, and maybe also that live album would be great to have. Do you remember Mano Negra? Did you listen to them? Tell me about it. If you have any questions. I'll ask some French person maybe. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please click like and subscribe. That helps my channel and it makes me happy. Anyway, guys, hope to see you soon.